boys and girls. Well, today we're going to take a trip to a day at the pumpkin patch. Well, not a real trip where we would ride on a school bus and get there, but at least we can visit one in a book and see what we would do if we were going to the pumpkin patch. And this title has a lot of sight words in it. A is a sight word, at is a sight word, that is a sight word, and did you know day is even a sight word? A day at the pumpkin patch. I noticed there's an at in the word patch. So if I didn't know how to read this word, I could chunk it and go, there's at. And then there's a p in front of it, so I can go p at pat. And then I know ch, that's a digraph. Two sounds glued together to make one sound that says ch, patch. I figured it out. And it is written by Megan Faulkner and Adam Kowalski. I think we should go for a trip and see what happens at the pumpkin patch. A day at the pumpkin patch. Autumn is nearly over. Nature is getting ready for winter, but there is still much to see at the farm. So this class of kids has gone for a day at the farm. And I noticed they're sitting on hay bales. We love the sweet, crisp apples, colorful, decorative corn, plump autumn raspberries, and most of all, I wonder what they like most of all. What do you think it is? I agree with you. Pumpkins! So many pumpkins. Big pumpkins, little pumpkins, round pumpkins, kind of squashy looking pumpkins. This is our guide. She will show us different kinds of pumpkins, explain how they grow, and tell us about the ways people use them. We climb aboard a wagon so the tractor can pull us out to the pumpkin patch. So there they are on the wagon. They're taking a ride, and this is their guide. She's going to explain to them how it grows and what we can do with the pumpkins. So we know that a farmer grows and harvests them so that we can have the products that we need. Small pie pumpkins are the first to ripen and to be harvested. I notice in her hand she has pumpkin blossoms. They have 5 points on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagon. Though all pumpkins can be eaten, only some types actually taste good. Sweet pie pumpkins are the best choice for making delicious pumpkin treats. Do you guys like eating pumpkin pie? I like pumpkin pie. It's one of my favorites. Because they're small, pie pumpkins are also the easiest to carry. We each get to pick one to take home. Cool. I would like to take a pumpkin home too. Then I could make a pie or some muffins or some bread. Now I'm starting to get hungry. These tiny fruits are gourds. They are pumpkins, but they're funny-looking cousins. Gourds and pumpkins are both members of the squash family. We have a contest to see who can find the strangest-looking one. Whoa, there's a lot to choose from right there. They are definitely picking out some odd-looking ones. They would be pretty cool to explore. Next, we visit the patch that has the pumpkins we know best, the ones that will become, I'm going to give you a clue, begins with J. Yep, you got it, jack-o'-lanterns. Much bigger than pie pumpkins, these pumpkins are too heavy for us to lift by ourselves. It's hard to believe they grew from teeny tiny pumpkin seeds. So, seed in the ground, then a plant needs, We're going to find out in science. We gather around to learn more about pumpkins. Fruit can grow in 4 different ways: on a tree, on a bush, on a cane, or on a vine. Pumpkins grow on vines. The large leaves stand on tall stalks and reach towards the sun. Once a pumpkin is ripe, the leaves turn brown and they shrivel up. Shrivel means it shrinks up or curls up. A stem, or peduncle, connects a pumpkin to the vine. Water and nutrients from the earth and sun travel along the vine and enter the pumpkin through the stem. This gives the pumpkin the energy it needs to grow. We know something about that. If it takes in food and if it grows and it has nutrients, then we know it is living. Good job. But what about when I cut it off the vine? Is it living or not living now? Or is it once living? The thin curlicles attach to the stem and they're called trendrils. They wrap themselves around rocks and other objects to keep the plant safely in one place. On the bottom of the pumpkin is a circle. It's called the blossom end. Before there was a pumpkin, there was a flower. When the flower was pollinated and the pumpkin began to grow, the flower dried up and fell off. The circle is what's left of the flower. Hey, that's like the bottom of the apple. Remember when we turned the apple over and we looked on the bottom and we saw where the blossom used to be? So pumpkins have the same thing. The pumpkin's shiny orange skin is called the rind. It protects the pumpkin from disease and insects. Inside the rind is the orange pulp, the tasty part, used in baking and cooking. The lines that run up and down the pumpkin are called ribs. We have ribs. You can feel your ribs right there. Depending on the pumpkin, there can be many ribs or just a few. This one looks like it has very deep ribs. Oh, you can even see the ribs on this one too. But when it's green, I don't see the ribs on that one yet. Since pumpkins are heavy, farmers load them onto wagons and pull them out of the patch with tractors. Now that they've been harvested, it's easier to protect them if the weather gets too cold. They are put on display so that visitors to the farm can choose the one they'd like to take home. I think I want to take this one. This one looks like a good pumpkin for me to take home. There are so many. Which one will make the best jack-o'-lantern? Well, I think one that will stand up tall and straight. But maybe this one lying on its side could be a jack-o'-lantern that's sleeping. Maybe. It's so hard to pick. The biggest pumpkin of all is the Atlantic Giant. Well, it's probably because it's got giant in its name. Not only is it the largest pumpkin, it is the biggest fruit on earth. Pumpkin is a fruit. Often weighing in at more than 800 pounds, these giants are grown for competition at pumpkin festivals and country fairs. Since giant pumpkins are about 90% water, they aren't any good for eating, but they make great jack-o'-lanterns and boats. Who knew? You can put a pumpkin in the water. If you've cut out the middle, then you can sit in it and make it into a boat. We learned a lot about pumpkins. Now we get to have some fall fun. There's a haunted forest, and a play area made of hay. Our tour of the farm is over. We can't wait to get home and carve our pumpkins. Aw, she's giving us a nice friendly wave. Bye. See ya. Have a good trip home. Don't forget when you sit on the bus, bottom to bottom and back to be safe. Keep it on track. Nice. And they get to carry all their things. I like the way this boy is jumping into the hay. He looks like he's trying to be like a Superman. And then these are directions to make your own jack-o'-lantern. I'm pretty sure that you will know how to make your own jack-o'-lantern. This one's directions for people who don't know. And then how to make roasted pumpkin seeds. Delicious. All the talk of pumpkins and the things that you can make from pumpkins is making me hungry. I think maybe I'm going to go and have a pumpkin snack. Scroll on down and see what else you have to do. Bye, guys.